Well, we have a lot going on, and thank you very much for joining us. If you watched the end of the Kings game, then flipped it on to watch the end of the Purdue game, they get a basket at the buzzer on a putback, and they win 79-77 over Texas. So, you know what? Happy that everybody is joining us here. I got to tell you guys, I have no complaints, no issues at all with the Kings' loss tonight of 121-117. I like their compete level. I liked how they performed. I liked when they were down. It looked like they were going to be like blown out. They kept fighting. A lot of positives tonight, guys.
Well, they played well. I agree. I enjoyed the game a lot. Obviously, some outstanding performances. DeMar, Plowden. Tell you what, those Bowling Green guys, you just give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Exactly right, man.
I mean,
don't be messing with them Falcons.
I tell you what, he's opened a lot of eyes, and he's got some ice water in those veins. But like you said, the Kings just kept fighting.
Yep.
I guess the only other thought I'd have is that the only reason that the Kings didn't win is the best player on the floor is Paolo Banchero.
Yeah,
and he was just a little too much to deal with in every way. Impacted the game defensively, offensively, assist. Did what you want a former number one pick to do.
Yeah, Jerry, how do you evaluate Paolo? Sorry, can't talk. How do you evaluate him? What's the next step in his game to go into the next level?
That's a great question. I think he's probably does have to get to be a better deep shooter. But his inside game is getting to the basket. He looks like he's can make plays for others. I mean, I don't know what the ceiling is. I think he's an elite player, and yet can he get to be, one of the top 8 or 10? I'm not sure that's possible. I think there's some limitations there.
Here's what I do know. Orlando's really been struggling. They lost 6 in a row coming into this game. So they had a 6-game losing streak snapped, and they had to go right down to the wire. They have not been playing well at all, but they do hold on to snap that 6-game losing streak, 121-117. How many times have we just talked about all of the accolades for DeMar DeRozan? I mean, here we are again. The guy plays 38 minutes tonight, scores 33 points on 24 shots. He has 11 assists, 6 rebounds. The guy's a marvel, Jerry. He's a marvel.
He really is. I mean, he is a true basket getter, and he's more than that because, he really his passing is really underrated. He can find people, and he's good enough that I don't care who you're playing, he's going to draw double teams.
Yeah,
and it makes the game easier for everyone. Certainly he got Plowden some open looks, but the guy very much deserving of any Hall of Fame potential when time comes, and doesn't look like he's lost anything in his game really. And we've said it before. It's like, boy, I don't understand why some of these contending teams, I think they really blew it by not trying to make a strong offer to get him for their championship runs.
He's the diamond that you find in the ashes of this season. You can point his way and say he brought it every single night. He's missed one game this season, and I know it's frustrating. It's an NBA problem, but I really like seeing Zach LaVine, seeing Russ engaged up on the floor, talking to the young guys, coaching them through that. That's a good look for a team that is as poor as they are record-wise right now, guys.
A lot of times you wouldn't see that. You'd see, but that's really a credit, I think, to But then again, when you think about Russ and those guys, he's always been a great competitor, an ultimate great competitor, and I think it carries over to how he's going to approach things. And of course, DeRozan, you see it, as Grant said, night after night after night.
I'll tell you what else is a great look, and that is New Works Plumbing. Their water heaters, their water line repair, sewer repair, water filtration, gas lines. call the number on your screen or newworksplumbing.com. They've got a fix for you. They are awesome. Again, that's New Works Plumbing for all of your plumbing needs and repairs. Hey, don't forget about Bennett's this weekend and their outstanding brunch, whether it is Sacramento, Roseville, or the West Side Grill in Rockland. Prime seafood and steaks at Bennett's. Just go to bennettsrestaurants.com to make a reservation. Check out their menu and more. That's bennettsrestaurants.com. 121 to 117, the final tonight. The Orlando Magic have to really hold on, and it was Desmond Bane really down the stretch, making big shots, making free throws. Kings had a chance, but just falling short at the wire. And again, now 3 games left on this road trip. Next up, the Atlanta Hawks. But a good performance tonight for Sacramento. They lose a tight game, 121 to 117. Glad to have you here on the post-game show. Grant Napier, Jerry Reynolds, Ryan in Sacktown. Jerry, Devin Carter, a really good first half, dropped off a little bit in the second half. You know, you're looking for that consistency with him, aren't you?
Yeah, you really are. I thought the first half he was so good at really putting pressure on the defense. You know, he was able to really consistently get into the paint, create some problems, could make a few shots, and then the second half looked like he got off balance trying to do it too much. You know, would get in there and had nowhere to go. I think the thing that bothered me a little bit with his game, I think, 3 assists, 3 turnovers. Yeah, that really isn't a decent point guard play. That's all.
And it's not a one-off. It's most nights when he gets extended time, unfortunately. I hope to see with some of the established vets, them prop him up like we saw tonight with DeMar and Plowden. DeMar easily could have taken that 3 that Plowden ended up hitting to really make the game tight. So a little bit of that, and I think he's going to be fine. But we talked about it on the radio show today, Jerry. I don't think it's point guard here in Sacramento, but Grant and I both agree that there's a spot for him someplace in the NBA.
Yeah, that's going to be the kind of decision to make. Of course, and I think when you really look at the draft, I guess what I'm trying to say is I think point guard's a real weakness on this team. I mean, and obviously with Russ, at the end or near the end with this team. But Killian Hayes isn't the answer, and I don't think Carter's the answer. I don't think Neek's the answer. If you really want to, they need a guy that can lead them, that's better. They need it. And that's why certainly, that's where Acuff comes to mind in my mind. Yep. A guy like that can make teams better. I know. Yep. I read a lot of the comments on the King's Herald, and where fans say, "Well, we don't want to draft another guard." Oh, really? I thought you wanted to draft Doncic when he was there. You like the draft of Halliburton. You like the draft of Fox. Wouldn't you like to have somebody of that caliber? And that's and he's at least that. I like the guy. I mean, I know he's not a great defender. Well, no, neither was Kyrie Irving when he came in the league, and this kid is probably as good as Irving.
And you talk about draft picks. I was blown away today. I talked about this on Fox Sports Sacramento. ESPN had a big story today on ESPN.com. This is the 3rd time they've done the rookie rankings, and they did not have Max Ryno in the top 10. They actually had him just missing a cut. You got to be delusional and not watching the NBA not to have Max Ryno as one of the top 10 rookies this year. I mean, it's embarrassing for ESPN. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, they're just not doing any research at all. And I mean, no, he didn't have one of his a good game for him, but I mean, he's been good all year consistently, and yeah, how can you even pick 6 guys ahead of him? I'm not sure how you get 6 guys ahead of him, really, but he's got to be in the top 10. Got to be.
There's literally no excuse. If you don't watch the Kings, okay, there goes that excuse, because if you look at the numbers, he's the 2nd leading rebounder amongst rookies. It's like, what is it, right? Yeah. And conversely, Dylan Cardwell, Jerry, trying to find his footing since coming back from injury.
Yeah, he hasn't looked like he did before. No. I mean, quite honestly, he really hasn't been particularly effective since he's come back. And then, obviously the injury, I think, is a big part of it. He just isn't as active, isn't as quick off his feet and all that, which is probably to be expected.
Jerry,
Let's get to Kazi. Kazi, you're on with Grant, Jerry, and Ryno. What's going on, Kazi? How are you? Go ahead, Kazi. I'm sorry. Hit you twice. Go ahead.
Oh, hey. I'm surprised. Maybe you've said this already in the past shows, but to me, Daquan Plowden literally is like Keon Ellis 2.0. Or am I crazy?
they're different, but I see why you would say that, Jerry.
Yeah, I can see why you'd say that. I mean, but Plowden certainly tonight, and as we've been talking about, I mean, he's proved, I think, beyond a shadow of a doubt that he belongs in the NBA on a roster. And I mean, more and more, it looks like not only should he be on a roster, but he should be a consistent get consistent playing minutes on a roster, even a good team. And so this was a real find. I think Plowden and Achua are real finds for me.
Kazi, Keon was in, don't get me wrong, both guys crazy athletic, but Keon was more nimble. I would say Plowden is more athletic and more explosive than Keon was.
For real? I don't know. I mean, maybe you watch them more closely. I just feel like they have like the same athleticism. Or if you feel Plowden's more athletic, that's perfectly fine. Being able to just see him enough. But like, I mean, the thing is, just like I don't know, their demeanor seems similar. Like, I think this is a guy they have to try to keep, even if it's like a short, like 2 year, deal.
Oh, I agree with that. Yeah, I
And
mean, I think if you could get him signed to a reasonable 2-year deal, that's what you better do. I wouldn't be opposed to even a little longer one, even a 3-year, maybe with a team option in that 3rd year, just to protect yourself.
Because I think he's not with the Kings, but I think this is his 2nd year being a two-way guy. I could be incorrect, which means he needs to be on a regular contract.
here's the question. Do you think he could ever be a starter in this league? Because I'm thinking like of a potential future lineup of you have Daquan at the 2, Murray at the 3, Chua at the 4, if you can keep all those. Do you think that could actually really help out the defense in the future? Because I feel like if you can get, like 3 good defenders on your starting lineup, that can get you somewhere as a start. Because like, I mean, that's like Denver has a similar recipe with their starting 5. I'm not saying they're going to be Denver anytime soon. I'm just saying like a light version of that.
Well, I think you make good points there. I mean, I think you have to have probably, you almost have to have 3 of your starters be above average defenders if you expect to be a decent team. Now, the problem with the Denver analogy is I don't see Jokic anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think Plowden could play with Denver, but then I might be able to a little bit get a shot down in with that guy.
Better watch out for the what'd they call you, Jerry?
Thank you, Kazi.
Caucasian Comet, baby.
Caucasian Comet. There we go.
That's exactly right. And then, you talk about defense. I mean, that's the biggest area of improvement we need to see from Max Ryno. I mean, I think if the draft were held all over again, he'd be a top 7 or top 8 pick. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But that's going to be the biggest area that he needs to improve. We're already seeing his offense, and that's not going to be an issue. He's going to have to learn how to play better on the other side of the ball. And if he doesn't, then you're really going to need your other players to be good defenders to make up for that.
Yeah, and then you'll be covering for him
Yes.
all year, and I mean, you don't want to do that. And I mean, I think he can do it. I mean, I don't know that he'll ever be outstanding defender, but I think he can be average, and he's clearly well below average right now.
Yeah, I think it's much easier to teach a player of his size and his position how to play defense than it would be a guard, and it's especially easier than teaching them that type of touch. And that type of, Jerry, you want to call it basketball IQ? That calmness,
Yeah, well, I do think, he's kind of got that all offensively. And I think, to my mind, what he needs a little more of in defense is more effort and intensity. It's a little bit like in football. The guys that play defense are a different mindset than the guys that play offense. Offense is poise and control and things, but on defense, and he kind of plays defense the same way, and you just need a little bit more of that. Well, I always call it a little more shitbird.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just a little dose of
more
shitbird in there.
Love it.
Ooh, we're getting close to summer if Jerry's breaking out shitbird already.
I love
Let's
that.
go.
That's good. Well, Jerry, you're going to watch the games tonight. Illinois, Houston, Arkansas, Arizona. Will you watch the Arkansas Arizona game tonight?
I'm going to try to watch both of them as well as I can.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to all four of those games. I mean, there's players that the Kings will be interested in. I think all good teams, and should be a good evening. And I'll have my popcorn popped, and I'll be focused
Good.
on a little March Madness.
And we'll watch
Jared-
Paige's son. We'll watch Andrei Stojakovic play for Illinois. So there you go.
Yeah, I hope he really has a strong game. I know he's been up and down this year, and
Yeah.
I was it's just been really surprising for Paige, a son of Paige, not being a good 3-point shooter. I still can't wrap my head around that, but
Jerry, were you able to find the baseball game last night?
I wasn't. I really enjoyed the world thing, whatever it was.
The World Baseball Classic.
World Baseball Classic, and I will start watching. I'm never going to be Grant Napier watching baseball or yourself, but they've done a good job speeding the game up and making it more fun.
Yep.
They really have.
Yep.
But I'll be a front runner. I'll just kind of watch the good teams.
Jerry, appreciate you. We'll talk to you after the Atlanta game. Thank you very much.
Can't wait. Hope we see what we saw again tonight. But this was a fun one. So you guys be good if you can.
Thanks, Jerry.
See ya.
Jerry, take care. All right. Good stuff right there from Jerry Reynolds. Let me log him off. There we go. If you want to call the show like Casio, you can do so. The Kings with 3 games left on this road trip. They got Atlanta, they got Brooklyn, and they wrap it up against the Toronto Raptors. So that is the schedule ahead for Sacramento, with, again, a horrible performance in Charlotte and a really good performance tonight. There's nothing I can really fault tonight. I like what I saw. No issues at all with this performance tonight. None. Zero.
No, just brings up some past ghosts. Peter in the chat says Tristan Da Silva. He would have been such a good fit here in Sac. He would have changed things 2 years ago for the Kings, immediately stepping onto the front line with Keegan Murray. I also saw a question that I want to ask you. Neek will definitely, in my opinion, be playing in the summer league next year. Do you think Max will be playing?
No, there's no reason to have Max. That's just there's no reason. He's already proven. He's already gotten to work. Absolutely not. Am I having Max in the summer league? No reason for it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Then you'll have your top pick
Yeah.
in there as well, at least for a couple of games. We'll see.
Yeah. So, again, Atlanta is on Saturday, and then you have Brooklyn on Sunday before you wrap up the road trip Wednesday in Toronto. That is April Fool's Day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wonder if the Kings will have anything in plan.
Well, it's Canada. I don't know. Do they have April Fools up in Canada? Maybe that doesn't apply when you're north of the border.
That's a good question. I know they got Canadian tuxedos. A lot of denim.
Yeah. Again, back to this game tonight. I liked a lot of it, and we'll see. And we'll be able to watch Acuff play tonight for Arkansas, one of the point guards that's going to go high in the draft. So
yeah,
we got a lot of basketball still ahead of us tonight.
Yep. Enjoy it. What do you say we go wrap up, watch some basketball, and we'll report back. We still got to wrap up the week tomorrow here on Pod.
Yeah, and I'm going to wrap up our sponsors with Sunrise Landing, 6 beautiful models to choose from. Their phases are moving along nicely. And remember, this Blazona development project up at beautiful Calusa, Sunrise Landing. On these models, there's no Mellorews, there's no homeowners. I-5, Highway 45, Highway 20 will get you to beautiful Sunrise Landing. And here's the other good news, all right? You're tired of hearing me talk about it. I don't blame you. Just go online and do all the work yourself. You can see all the floor plans right there, all right? You can check out a lot more information by going to CalusaSunrise.com. This is a beautiful community adjacent to the Calusa Golf and Country Club. That's CalusaSunrise.com. I don't know about you, buddy, but I'm heading to the exits here at the radio station that is Fox Sports Sacramento, because I'm getting tired of this station. I need a break, need to get some food, and then I'll see you back here tomorrow at 3:00, partner.
Yeah, sounds good. Set the alarm, please. Perfect. Thank you. Close your shades. You're the
Thank you,
best.
everybody. Enjoy
right.
the basketball games tonight. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Kings, they lose, but it was a very, very good performance. 121-117. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we'll wrap up.